All right, Ben, tell me a little bit about Hightower Roofing, what your role is, and what you guys do.
All right, so Hightower Roofing has been in business 13 years. Robbie and Mandy Zanger are the owners. Robbie has been in the roofing industry probably 20 plus years. And then in 2008, he decided to start his own company, which is, I was actually just talking about it the other day. It's pretty crazy to me that you start a business in the worst time ever financially to start a company. But he always said, like, if I can start a company and make it successful in 2008, I can be successful anytime. And he really has proven that.
What were the struggles in 2008 that he was really...
Well, you talk about, that was the big crash.
Yeah.
A ton of people went out of business in 2008, lost their homes. Like, that was just a big crash of our time.
Yeah.
And so him and Mandy started it from the ground up. They are the sole owners. They don't have investors or anything like that. So they've really built a product from the ground up. I'm the sales manager there, so I manage 7 other sales guys and sell a little myself. But I basically make sure that the sales process is in place, that customers are being taken care of, the office is getting the information they need from the sales guys. And then I also work with Robbie and the production side, making sure things are going smoothly. If there's anything they need to communicate to the sales side, I'm communication between that.
Did you come from roofing sales prior, or was this just a transition?
So I've been in roofing sales for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
I started with another local company, and then I went and worked for a company used to be owned by Angie's List. They're actually no longer a company. After I left, they went out of business. But I went there, worked there for almost a year, and just decided that I really wanted to get back local. And because I'm from Polk County, I've lived here almost my whole life.
Yeah.
And I love serving the people here. A lot of my connections are here. So it would just make sense to come back to Polk County and not have to drive an hour and a half or so to work every day.
What's the reach of Hightower? Are you mainly in Polk County still, or are you venturing out a little bit?
Our main hub, so our office and shop are in Polk County. We're actually in the process of moving and getting an office down in Sarasota as well.
Okay.
But we pretty much service, commercial-wise, we'll pretty much go anywhere in the state. And then residential-wise, we like to stay pretty much like Orlando, Polk County, all the way. We've done hundreds of roofs in Crystal River, and then we've go all the way down to Port Charlotte, Inglewood area. But really, we like to focus a lot on Polk County and then the Sarasota, Bradenton area.
Okay.
But we've done hundreds of roofs in Tampa, all over.
I want to know, just out of my curiosity with scheduling and project management, how do you primarily manage your projects when it comes to residential, commercial? What's your perspective on that?
So how we manage it, we actually have what's called Job Nimbus is a program that we use.
Okay.
And so what we do is sales guy goes out to the project, or we might just get a builder that emails us plans. And so we break it down. I'll talk about commercial a little bit first, but when it comes to commercial projects, we get the plans from the builder. We obviously get the information we need from those plans, and then we send them a quote. Once the process starts of them approving our quote, we obviously have to get with our manufacturer. So if it's a metal job, we get with our metal manufacturer. If it's shingle, we get with our shingle supplier, and we order the material through that. And then once we have it ordered and scheduled, it goes to production, and production takes it from there. So we'll have a start date. They get there. We have a superintendent on all our projects, residential and commercial. We're actually one of the very few contractors in this area that have superintendents that watch over our crews, make sure we're getting the quality we want at the speed we need it.
Yeah.
And there's no issues for that customer.
Are you managing quality through some of the project management tools, or is it more of an internal validating quality?
So we actually use Job Nimbus for is like our superintendent is on site managing the crews and the quality that way. So in person. And then the superintendents are taking pictures of all the projects. And so we're reviewing pictures in the office, or Robbie, the owner, will even pull up his iPad sometimes if he's at another project, looking at pictures of that project, making sure that it is up to our standard.
Now, when it comes to quality in material, how do you pick the right material? Is it job specific, or is it you have a specific vendor or supplier you may use for?
So for
quality?
commercial projects, normally the plans tell us what we have to use.
Okay.
And sometimes we can go and say, hey, your plans are calling for this. We have a better product that we can offer you that covers that and the warranty and everything that you need. When it comes to residential, we kind of make that call. So we're certified in the shingle manufacturer that we use to offer warranties that other roofers can't offer, because we have gone through trainings. We go through trainings every year with them. Our crews have to be trained on how to nail a shingle the exact way that manufacturer specifies it needs to be done. So what that allows us to do is, when we sell a shingle roof, offer those warranties, and it's a high quality product with a high quality warranty that's going to last the homeowner the lifetime of the roof.
What do you think about technology in roofing? Is it something that you see is, I'm sure it's been consistent in the last several decades, but do you see materials changing?
Yeah, so shingles, as like short of a period as like 10 years ago,
Okay.
are nowhere near what they are now.
Really?
Which is kind of funny. The insurance companies cover roofs a lot of times for shorter periods of time now than they did back 20 years ago, and the shingles are better,
Really?
like a better product now. And a lot of the manufacturers have wind warranties that are covered through like higher winds, so they're rated for higher winds. I mean, a lot of the shingles you used to see were 3-tab shingles. They had a 60 to 70 mile an hour wind rating. So a hurricane that hits Florida is normally 80 to 100 mile an hour. So they were blowing off. Now you have architectural shingles that most of them are 130 to 150, 60 mile an hour wind ratings. And some of the warranties void out in a storm, which makes sense for some manufacturers. And there's one or two warranties out there that actually cover you through a storm. So the warranties are better, the product's better than it has ever been.
Let's say a project doesn't go to plan. How do you work with your teams and clients on working through those changes, potentially change orders or changes, or even that have structural issues?
One of the major issues that I see when we come to a project is a lot of times you can't tell what wood needs to be replaced on a roof until you tear it off. Sometimes you can go in the attic and figure it out, but sometimes it's just hard to tell. And so when we run into that, it can, number one, slow our project down. And really that's why it's valuable for us to have superintendents on the job in order to make that job not slow down.
So you have a lot of trust in your field supervision.
We have trained our field guys so well to know, okay, if this situation happens, this is how we handle it. So it comes to training ultimately, making sure our guys know what our standard is, number one, what the manufacturer's standard is, and how fast can we take care of it, keeping our quality as high as we want it.
Where do you think those principles came from?
Robbie.
It's good.
Robbie, one thing Robbie hits on all the time is my name is on this roof. Hightower's name is on this roof.
All right.
And that matters to him. So that's a big thing for me coming on to working for a company is I'm working for a company that doesn't care about you obviously the idea of a company is to make money, but also caring about the customer, whether it be somebody that needs a shed redone or somebody that wants a shopping mall built. He cares about the same quality for that shopping mall as he does for that shed. And you can see it in all the employees that work for him. We care about the same thing. And so that's where that comes from. But as far as a commercial project, when it goes south, you might come up and they installed the trusses wrong. Really what comes to that is it's our job to communicate that to the superintendent over the entire project for the GC and say, hey, we can't continue this until you guys take care of this issue. And if it's something we can help them along with, we will. But sometimes it's just you have to put a pause on that project, get crews situated to be able to continue to allow them to work and move on.
All right, Ben. Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Good talking to you. If anyone needs to get a hold of you, how do they do so?
If they want to contact us, they can actually go to hightowerroofing.com.
Okay.
It has our office number on there. You can actually view our projects, a lot of projects we've done. Or you can reach out to me at 863-347-4794, and I can get you in contact with the right people.